you really don't have anything else to do other than hand someone the keys and start collecting money. So I thought I'd do a video today showing people the process that I go through when looking for property. I'm going to use Spitogatos. I'm going to pull it up right now. So it's going to be somewhere. I don't know. I haven't figured out where I'm going to put it yet. I'm still new to this stuff. Leave me alone. You'll find properties. So we're going to get into Spitogatos. Open it up, and I'm going to choose Thessaloniki because that's where I've been buying most of my properties. No other reason other than the fact that that's where I started, because that's where I'm from, that's where I was born, that's where my family is. So, and I kind of know Thessaloniki very well. So let's just, the way I do it is I go start new search. I like to draw area on the map, Thessaloniki, Greece. And then what I do is I zoom out and sort of draw the area, put a circle roughly around there. Now, I then go done and come up into this sort of part of the search function. Now, what I like to do, obviously sale price, I generally like to stick around about the 60,000. 50, like, I mean, less than that, but generally I like to see what's out there for about 60,000 because it gives me a good understanding of sort of what the smaller apartments that are completely renovated are and sort of what's available that can become that with quite a little amount of money, which is sort of, it's a nice little happy medium if you might. Anyway, let's just see what happens. So you click confirm, but let's put search and see what pops up. Don't want to save the search, it's fine. So we've already got some stuff that have popped up for 59,000. I mean, Dikitirio is right in the center of Thessaloniki, so that's a good place. So you're gonna get a lot of these small ones. So that's 22 square meters on the ground floor. Generally, when I'm looking for property, I like to find stuff that's on the ground floor or above. You get stuff that's sort of underground or semi-underground. A lot of those can go for cheap, and it's not that they don't do well, it's that in Greece it's a bit of a stigma and a lot of people don't really want to live there. But there is a lot of money to be made in those kind of places as well. The only issue is that when you're looking for underground properties, you've got to be careful of, firstly, if there's any water or if the pipes are actually if it's able to have any kind of sewage or water or plumbing. Because of the fact that they're right at the bottom, they generally don't get any plumbing. Also, you'll have plumbing coming atop above the place as well. And, you know, no one really wants to hear that or deal with that kind of stuff. Doesn't mean that you can't do things with it. I've seen quite a few apartments that have been, like Imipoya or Ipoya, basements that have been taken up, redone. But the thing is, you just won't make the return back as much as you would something that's either on ground level or above. Simple as that. And also, the higher you go, the better it is for people because they feel like there's more security. A lot of people are getting broken into from not the first floor, but there's a sort of a semi-first floor between the ground and the first floor. And people can literally just, you know, hoist themselves up onto the balcony from there. So that's another thing that I've started to realize that people don't, it's not that they can't. Actually, one of my properties is sort of on the back faces a semi, it's about 1.5 meters above from the ground, and it's fine, you know, as long as you've got shutters and, you know, the area's decent. It's much of a muchness, really. Now, this is what I do. So you look at all these listings, which you can see right here. And now what I'm gonna do is, to get an understanding of how much something is worth in that area, let's just put the Dikitirio, right? So we're looking at 25 square meters, 1 bathroom, ground floor, which is 25 square meters, 1 bathroom. That's a studio, well, it even says studio flat. 60,000, which I think is actually quite expensive. But then again, prices have gone up. If we have a look at it, it's pretty well set up. It's obviously a studio apartment. It's quite a small studio apartment. It's 25 square meters. I mean, the bathroom, you can click onto these and obviously get a better photo. The bathroom could do with a bit of renovating, but, you know, fine, as we can see. Nothing flash, but nothing crazy scary either. So let's just see where it is. We scroll down, find the where exactly it is, and it's Arthur.giamalidis. Okay, so it's near the castles. There's castles up that way. And so there is the city center. So they're obviously going to be walking down. Okay, so then it's on Olympiados and Rafael Lenis. All right, so then what I'll do is I'll come out of that, go out of it completely, start a new search, same situation. Now, definitely draw a map because it's just easy to find stuff. Type in Thessaloniki, go into there, or type in whatever you want to go, and then find this area. So Arthur.giamalidis, there it is right there. So we just draw an area generally around there, right? Confirm. Then we go to rent. Now is where we go. Internal surface. Maximum, I'll go 30. I'll go 5 square meters above. 5 square meters above, right? Bathrooms, 1, just to make it easier. And it was on the, so I'm gonna leave the floor, on what floor it is, because I just want to see what's out there, generally speaking, and then we start to get the price. So let's see what they're going for rent. $380 a month, $350 a month, $260. That's very cheap, and that's on the third. Well, that's 20 square meters. I mean, that, yeah. 350 a month, 320 a month, 350 a month. So we're kind of looking at the 350 for 25 square meters, and they're on the second floor as well. So about 350, and they're very basic. They're very basic. They're very basic when it comes to furnished. 380 a month. That's right up on top, by the way. On the fifth with a view and a balcony. That's the other thing. The bigger the balcony, the better it is, of course. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's figure out how much that is, what the return on investment is on a property like that. Now, keep in mind that's $60,000 for something that's relatively done. I don't think you'd need to do much to that. I mean, other than your own little furnishings if you want to change some things. But if you were to get the key in your hand and start renting that out for $350, which I reckon you'd probably get $4 if you were to furnish it, $420 a month, especially there. If not $450, you would get a much higher return. But let's just go with $350, which is what is their asking price. So if we go $350 times 12, which is 4,200, then we divide that by 60,000 euro, which is 0.07, then we times it by 100, it's 7%. So it's roughly 7% because it's not going to be 60,000. You're going to then have your government taxes, your legal and all your other stuff on top of that. So you're probably looking at about 63 or 64,000 euro by the end of that. And your rent, you probably will make more than 350, I'll be honest, if you furnish it well. But what I wanted to do today is show you guys how what I would do differently to make sort of a similar return with less money. I wouldn't necessarily buy something like that that's already finished because I've actually got the means to be able to, I've got a builder there who's done all my stuff, and I've figured out kind of a blueprint on what I like to do. So let's just say, let's look in the same area. Let's go again for sale. It's already here. So we'll go residential sale, Thessaloniki. Cool. Don't want to save the search. So now what I'm generally looking at is for something that's sort of on a similar level, similar kind of, square meters, but much lower price. So if we look at let's see what's out there. See a lot of lower grounds there. I've got a similar apartment. Oh no. The other thing I want you to see is you got to be careful of these ones here, like this one, where it's a new development and they don't have any photos. I would just be cautious. Make sure you got someone on the ground to have a look at those ones because I see them pop up a lot, and I avoid them like the plague just because it's not something that I really want to deal with. I don't want to buy a new development. I'd rather buy something that's already there, to be honest, something that I can just get my hands on immediately, quick, because things take ages. I mean, in Greece, in Thessaloniki in particular, they've been building a metro tunnel for the last 20 years, and it just opened up 3 months ago. So I just don't trust new developments in Greece. But that's just me. Here we go. Digitirio, it's in the center of Thessaloniki. It's 45,000 euro for 25 square meters. So it's a lot cheaper. It's 15,000 euro cheaper. And it's kind of in the same area. Not really, but it's kind of in the same area. I mean, it's about a 5-minute drive away, which in Greece is kind of something, but to us, obviously, it's really not. But the thing is, you would probably... see, for $45,000, for 45,000 euro, this is already set up. Everything's perfect. It looks like an Airbnb, to be honest. That's probably what it was. Someone set it up as an Airbnb, and they've kind of gone up, we want to get rid of this. So you would be able to make a lot more return on this one than you would on the actual on the other one, which was 60,000 euro, because the other one actually needed a little bit of work done to it. I wouldn't say much more. I'd say probably about 5,000 euro more. But, you know, if your budget is, there's no body corporate. I mean, if there is body corporate, it's like 20 euro a month that the actual tenant pays. We don't pay it there. You really don't have anything else to do other than hand someone the keys and start collecting money. Obviously fix things if things need to be fixed, but that's about it. So let's just do this one. Let's have a look at this one. Again, same deal. Come out of there. Start new search. Draw area map. Thessaloniki. You can enter the Kitirio. It's just sometimes it doesn't like it. I don't know why, but that's just Spitogatos. So we go to the same area, draw it there, confirm, rent. We're looking at 25 square meters. I'm gonna put in 30 again, whatever. It was on the ground floor. I'll put in ground and above for that one and just see what pops up. There you go, 330, 450 for 25 square meters. So already that's a massive jump. So 480. That's Vardari as well. It's a little bit further out. Antigonidon, that's in the center of, I think that's right close to it as well. That's 440. Vardari as well, 450. Wow, Vardari's gone up. Vardari used to be the pits of Thessaloniki, and now it's gone up to 470. Excuse me? Anyway, I might need to start looking at Vardari. But to give you an understanding, Antigonidon, center of Thessaloniki. Okay, I'm back. I had a phone call. Okay, so I'm looking at this one in Antigonidon. Let's have a look at where it is in the map. Okay, so relatively close, right there. Yeah, perfect. So within the same area. And that's looking at 450, and that's furnished. So, and it's basic furnished as well, by the looks of it, as you can see there with all the photos. It's quite, I mean, it looks nice, but it's basic. It's very bare minimum. That'll definitely go to like a student, or that'll go to, you know, a single person working in the hospital nearby, or, I mean, that's what I've got in one of my apartments as well. But just to give you an understanding of what the return on investment is on something like that. So that's 25 square meters, and that's on the 4th floor, mind you. And we had found it for 45,000 euro, similar. On the ground floor, fine. But to give you an understanding, so we go 450 times 12, it's 5,000, almost 5,500, divided by 45,000 equals 12. I can already tell you what that's gonna be. And then times that by 100, that's 12% return on investment on that property. And you know what? Stuff it. I'm even gonna drop it to 10% or even 11%, because there's gonna be a little bit of play. You might not make 450, you might make 430, you might not get it for 45, you might get it for 47. You could even barter and get it for 43. Whatever it is, on average, it's gonna be about 11% return on investment, which is absolutely insane. Insane. It's paid itself off in about 8 or 9 years. And that's not talking about the property market going up, which had jumped 15% in the last 5 years, took a dip in 24 because of the Airbnb taxes that came into play, and people are starting to sell, so that's obviously flooded the market. But it's slowly going up. Also rent can increase every year. I mean, and that's it. It's a property like that is already been, it's perfect, it's pristine, 45,000 euro, keys in your hand, there's nothing else to have a look at. And you're already making money immediately. I can guarantee you that thing will get picked up with no issues immediately, like within a week or two. So there is plenty of money to be made, and that's only Thessaloniki. Athens is exactly the same, just up the prices by 10%, but everything goes up. Rent goes up, bills go up, everything goes up, property market goes up, you get more money in Athens as well. So it's everything goes up, but there's money to be made. Islands as well, Crete. I mean, we're not talking Santorini and Mykonos and all those islands. That's a whole different game. That's a whole different level, mind you, let alone a game. Other islands like Naxos, Tinos, Spartos, Crete, you know, that are slowly on the up and up as well. Galimnos, I was there last year. There's money to be made. But anyway, I hope that's been helpful for someone. Get in touch, comment, like, share, follow. Let me know if this is helping you. I've got a few followers, a few people have reached out to me, so it's nice to know that my advice is helping someone. Maybe open your eyes. I know there's a lot of stigmas around buying in Greece, but in all honesty, it's been the best decision I've made, because I do struggle to, I haven't gone into the property market in Australia, and honestly, after seeing all these things and after what I've done, I can't justify getting into the property market in Australia currently. I can't justify the return on investment when you can compare it to that, and for the amount of a deposit that it would cost me in Australia, I can buy a place outright and start making money in euro, mind you. So it's just a no-brainer. But again, that's my game. Other people have got other games. But anyway, that's it for me. Thank you very much. Take care.